hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackey and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackey and Judd.
You know, boys, earlier in the show, we told you about Mark Lowry's core values for Jet.com, which he sold to Walmart for $3.3 billion in 2016. This new Wolves owner. And his core values are fairness, trust, and transparency. And I think those three core values really sum up Write That Down over the years. We're all about fairness, okay? All about the rules and the structure.
Yeah, for the most part.
Declan feels like he gets screwed, but it's all in fairness.
That's a little bit of a gray area in that one, but yeah, keep going.
Even I've bent the rules, but keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
We're all about trust in the system and the process, that this is how you present your bad takes to the audience. All right, listen.
Okay. Yeah.
You can trust us. We're going to shine a light when we're wrong, okay? And transparency. Mm-hmm. This is really, this is the most transparent segment in all of sports talking headdom. So I don't know what more you want. Fairness, trust, and transparency.
I think fairness probably needs to be tweaked, but the last two you've nailed.
What are you guys complaining about? You feel like the system's been unfair to you? You hit 400 every year.
No, I'm saying I haven't been fair myself at times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm saying that I've twisted and bent the rules to do whatever I need to do to win.
Okay.
Ethics aren't my thing when it comes to Write That Down, okay?
Ethics aren't my thing.
That's my core. That's my core value for my company. Ethics aren't my thing. And
business,
by the way, just hired Gerson Rosas here at the Zolgad Inc. Hi, Gerson.
Oh God,
friend of the show. All right, here's how Write That Down works. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you guys want to be like Dylan, who's going to join us here in a couple minutes, if you want to participate, you can either slide into Declan's DMs on Twitter or Instagram, Declan Goff, or you can send us a message through the Score North app. We've been getting a ton of feedback messages through the Score North app, and we're going to start to incorporate them on Feedback Friday, the Friday episode of Mackey and Judd. So be sure to check those out. We'll respond to some of your questions on that episode.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, let's get to the accountability session first here, presented by our friends at PXG Minneapolis. Fall golf season is just the absolute best. You've got 2 more months of golf here for those of you who partake. And PXG Minneapolis has some of the best clubs, equipment, apparel. It's a golfer's paradise. It's a mecca, and you can find it inside Southdale Center or visit pxg.com/Minneapolis.
Oh man, right. it was 45 degrees teeing off last Saturday.
Oh, it's the best.
Just ideal. I did have to I had to pull an MJ. I had a glove on when I was putting because my hands were that cold. Yeah. So I did have to keep the glove on while putting. But the fall golf is finally here, and I love it. It's the best time to golf. It's a superior time.
Just put a little quarter zip on, take a couple extra warm-up swings.
Oh, PJ. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Judd, you've been hitting 400 all season.
Yep.
Your average came down a little bit here. You said Harrison Smith. Oh, my God. This is such a bad beat. You said Harrison Smith will intercept a Russell Wilson pass against the Seahawks.
Pat P and I wanted it.
That's why I was doing it.
He was not credited with that interception. Yeah, Pat, I didn't realize why Pat being like, you don't want the interception. It's 4th down. He's like, no, my guy Judd.
Judd, write that down.
Made this prediction.
Pat P said.
You got screwed. You said the Lynx would win the WNBA title. They did not.
Goes to show what drinking the Kool-Aid does.
And then I need a ruling on this one. You said you actually made this prediction exactly twice, within like a 1 month span. So we're gonna take one of them off the board.
I'm getting older.
But you said within the next 2 years, there will be a credible report or story that the Wolves' new ownership group is seeking a new arena. So seeking a new arena is the phrasing here. Mark Lowry flat out said, he brought up the idea of a new arena at this press conference. Hey, augmented reality and new technology. Like, it would be nice to have this at some point. Personally, I think that was just an idea that was floated. I don't think it's official that they're seeking a new arena yet. So this stays on the board, but I just wanted to bring it up.
It's up to you guys.
I would say it stays on the board because, you could just, Laura and A-Rod are allowed to say that. And if Judd was specific that they would mention that at a press conference and that would have come up. But this is like, when a credible reporter's story, I need either like an NBA insider or even like a government story being, or some type of report being like, we are literally going to the legislator and we're seeking approval and seeking funding for a stadium. I think that's where it would come off.
Like if Laurie now, if the next step within 2 years is that he's quoted in a story saying that, then it comes off.
Like last night, I had a hankering for tater tots. And so it's one thing if I tell my wife, hey, I'm kind of feeling tater tots, and it's a conversation. But if I actually open up the DoorDash app and start searching for tater tots, then it crosses a new line.
And I use the word seeking, and I don't think what they said or what Laurie said reaches seeking.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
He's pontificating so far.
Well, he was asked and gave a fair answer, but I think we will get a story here eventually that they are actually seeking the arena.
Okay, so we'll leave that one on the board.
Okay.
All right, kind of a bloodbath for old Macadac here. I said the Gophers. This is how this.
I love how you call yourself Macadac when things don't go well. Every week it's the same thing. Old Macadac, like you didn't make the predictions. Like that damn Macadac, where'd he go?
This is really bad. I think I think if you include these first 4 incorrect that came off the board, I think I had like 10 straight incorrect predictions or something. The Gophers will run for 200 yards or and 4 rushing touchdowns against Bowling Green.
Whoops.
They should have. I don't know why they didn't. The Gophers will start at least 6-1 in their first 7 games. The White Sox will miss the playoffs, and Tony La Russa will step down or be fired within 1 month of the season ending. They might win the World Series.
They might.
Well, they're not the favorites, but
they might.
Another one. This is kind of inexplicable.
This is why
I was shocked by this.
This is why you were asking me if A-Rod was brought up.
Yes,
I wondered why you,
Yes.
or if KG was brought up. I wondered why you asked that. Okay.
I said Kevin Garnett will be brought up at Alex Rodriguez's press conference, and A-Rod will leave the door open for KG to rejoin the organization in some form. It was not asked. And there were no articles written like in side scrums or anything. So you're telling me nobody asked about Kevin Garnett? Nobody? I guess there's so many other things to ask about right now.
Yeah, they are such a dumpster fire right now.
It's kind of amazing. However, I did say at A-Rod's introductory press conference, he will say he plans to keep the Wolves in Minnesota.
All right.
He raved about how bullish they are on Minneapolis and Minnesota. And if you can't take A-Rod at his word, who can you trust?
Heard that.
All right, the listeners. Let's see. Craig said, write that down on September 8th or 15th. Judd will make a check down Vikings prediction of some kind. So I went through the Purple Daily predictions on we write that down on Purple Daily, and I've got all of your Mackey and Judd write that down predictions from those 2 weeks, and none of them I think stooped to the level of check downs. They were all very legitimate predictions. So Gibby had a 3-item Alex Kirilloff parlay. He said Kirilloff will have a higher OPS than Eddie Rosario, which he does. He said the Twins will win the season series against Cleveland. They did. However, the 3rd item of this parlay was that Kirilloff would have a higher OPS in head-to-head games, and Rosario had a higher OPS in games against Minnesota than Kirilloff did in games against Cleveland by 100 points or something. So, oof. That's the danger of a 3-item parlay here.
Yeah, that's taking it a long ways too.
Yeah,
head to head. Whew.
All right, Brad made this prediction like a year ago, Bundesliga soccer prediction. He said Hamburger SV, who was in Bundesliga 2 last year, they would return to Bundesliga 1 by the start of the 2021 season. They finished 4th in Bundesliga 2, which I don't think was enough. They're still in Bundesliga 2 this year. So.
I'm so glad those predictions are gone. That was the most difficult time in my write that down logging.
I think you spelled these all right, though.
That is shocking. That's more surprising than anything. But still.
Bundesliga.
God.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of copy and pasting.
All right, Declan, you speaking of 3-item parlays here, Declan knocked one out of the park last week. He predicted the 3 primetime games would result in a Panthers, Packers, and Cowboys win all together. Circle the bases. Nice job, Dex.
Thanks, pal.
That was close, though. The Packers, they needed
was close,
37
man.
seconds.
Yeah.
And then pop the champagne, baby. You said the Twins would get to at least 70 wins this season. And they did. They have exactly 70 wins. I think was it last night was their 70th win?
I was there,
that.
There was no one there for the first 2. I was the smallest crowd I've ever seen at that stadium. Smallest crowd.
You mean they didn't come out for the Tigers?
No, it did fill in actually, like towards the 3rd and 4th inning. It actually did fill up a little bit, but I swear to God there was less than like 1,500 to 1,000 people at the first inning. There was nobody at that ballpark.
Good. Honestly, I am still so disgusted with this team. Everyone's all celebrating. Miguel Sano hit his 30th home run. Look how great he is. Where was that guy for the first 7 weeks of the season when they were melting down?
Amen.
Like, Miguel Sano hit some meaningless home runs in August. By the way, he still is worth like a half win above replacement, according to Fangraphs. So,
yeah, makes him
if this boosts his trade value, then awesome.
Makes him tradable.
All right, Declan, you said Marco Rossi will register a point in this preseason opener. What a huge disappointment he did not.
Preseason opener didn't go well.
No.
What, 6
Jordan
or something?
Yeah, we weren't happy.
No.
Jordan Greenway didn't pull his weight in that one.
Well, it's tough when you lose the leadership structure of your room like they did. Yeah. Ian Poulter will have more individual Ryder Cup points than Finau, Scheffler, and Berger. No faith in Tony Finau.
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler took down John Rahm, the best player in the world on Sunday.
Yeah.
You said Foligno, which you were right about, and Eriksson Ek will be named the next alternate captains. It was Dumba that was the other captain.
Yeah.
And you said Dumba will be traded. I think now that they've made him an alternate captain, he's probably not going to be traded.
You can take that off.
And then you said Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka will be featured in a pairing at the PGA tournament or Ryder Cup event this year. Both are now finished. They did not.
They did hug it out though.
They did.
Hugged it out on Sunday. They did hug it out.
So with that, Judd still over 400. He's leading the league, 404, 6 home runs. Declan at 364 with 4 home runs. I'm at 323 with 2 home runs. Listeners, 282 with 6 home runs. And career-wise, Judd still with 182 hits. Listeners have 15 home runs, which leads all time. All right, let's get our guy in here. Dylan is our guest listener predictor on Write That Down. Dylan, what's going on, man? Are you ready to take some hacks today?
I'm ready. I'm going to keep going on the home runs here, I think.
Attaboy.
Good, man. So you're swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. So Dylan's going to start. Judd, Declan, back to old Macadac, and we'll do it 3 times. Dylan, why don't you lead us off here?
Okay, well, I've been a kind of an anti-Kirk Cousins guy for a few years now.
Wow.
But
no faith.
I mean, this year it just kind of seems different, doesn't it? With Cousins and the leadership, and so I'm just gonna chug this purple Kool-Aid here. I'm gonna say, write this down. Kirk Cousins will finish the 2021 regular season in the top 5 for passing yards and completion percentage.
Wow.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah, completion percentage seems pretty ironclad. And then the yardage will just kind of depend on, does he play, do they call enough passes? Does he play all 17 games?
I think that with the defense, I think he's going to have to pass more. So
yeah. Well, they should. They should throw the ball. They're good at throwing the ball. I don't know.
He's proven it.
MVP candidate. That's all I got to say.
Nope.
I agree.
He is right now. Judd, your first prediction.
Alex Rodriguez will be out of the Timberwolves ownership group by the beginning of the 2024-25 season or sooner.
Okay.
So
why do you off the record, why do you think he'll be gone from the group?
Because things like this often fracture a bit and guys are in or out, and I have a feeling Mark Larry's a smart dude, and I think he might be friends with A-Rod, and he might like the fact that he's brings a name to it, but I think the lack of credibility, and it's so hard to take him seriously. And he also seems like a restless soul to me, like he does, he's doing Sunday Night Baseball. Now he's in on the Wolves. And my guess is that he'll find something else to occupy his time. So my guess is he's out by the beginning of 2024-25 decks or soon.
Got it. Thank you.
I don't know if his investment will appreciate enough over that short time period for him to get out. But
I've seen guys just get bought out, though. You just buy him out. Tell him to go away.
A falling out or something.
Write that down.
Yep.
All right, Declan.
I'll make a Gopher prediction to start here. I'll roll the bleeping boat. Tanner Morgan will set a season high for passing yards against Purdue. So he has to pass for over 205 yards.
Oh, my God.
But Tanner Morgan will pass for a season high for passing yards against Purdue.
God.
I've
So it
got a
has to be over
prediction that's
205.
going to contradict that a bit.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Write that down.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. We love in Minnesota. We love when celebrities, like when Chris Humphries was dating Kim Kardashian, and they both show up to like a Twins game or something, right? Oh my God, is Kim Kardashian down there?
I know where he's gone.
So write this down. Alex Rodriguez, sometime during the upcoming 2021-2022 Timberwolves season, he will bring as well. I don't know how to phrase this. I'll just phrase it this way. He will bring a notable female public figure to a Timberwolves game. And we can debate notable public figure. All right.
Okay.
If we have to have that debate, we can. But he will bring a notable. So he just broke up with, J-Lo just broke up with him.
Yeah.
Make sure we get back.
Those ones right.
I think he was accused of getting a little friendly in the Instagram DMs with some women. But
Come on, dude.
a notable public figure of some kind.
Because he used to
A
date
woman.
Cameron Diaz years ago, right?
Cam Diaz, Madonna. Wasn't he like dating Madonna too at one point?
Canseco was way back when, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I think he might have been.
I mean, yeah. I'm Team Ben Affleck on that one, so good for J-Lo. But yeah, just making that very
I love how
very
Affleck
clear.
just swoops right in. Just a week later, they're just on a yacht together.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
They're just
Got to swoop, dude.
walking around Boston. All right, back to Dylan. Your second prediction.
All right, my second prediction. I got a good feeling about this Browns game, so I'm just gonna wish it into existence. Write this down. Justin Jefferson will catch 2 or more touchdowns and will have over 100 yards receiving, and they will win the game by at least a touchdown.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That's a home run.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if that happens,
Good on parlay.
dude, if they win this game, it's kind of on. If they
They
lose,
were,
then
they
it
were
opens
targeting
up.
him a lot last week.
Yep.
He's dropped a couple passes too.
Write it down.
Yeah,
You like
so-
writing
Yes,
things down.
yeah.
Yeah, he dropped one on Sunday, and I think he dropped another one on Sunday, but it was behind him, so I didn't really fault him for that one.
Trade him. All right, Judd, you're up.
Mike Sanford Jr. will be out as the Gophers' offensive play caller either during the season or after it.
Wow. So this will be the second mid-season coordinator change then. in
Yeah,
like
and that
3
might
years.
not happen during, but I'm also going to leave the door open for either during the season or after it.
Okay.
But he will not be the play caller in 2022. And he is right now the co-offensive coordinator. So if he's stripped of play calling, this should count.
Okay. So you're saying if he stays on the staff, but
Yep,
is no
I didn't
longer
say
calling play,
yeah, because I'm not saying fired. I'm saying out as the Gophers' offensive play caller.
you fired.
Write it down.
Defiant.
You like writing things down.
All right, my second prediction. The Vikings will hold a share of first place by next week's Write That Down. So, 2 reasons they could be in first, because they can only be tied for first, because if the Packers lose and the Vikings win, or same with the Bears, the Vikings will be in first place by next week's Write That Down by point differential too. Because like they're obviously the records, they can't be in sole possession of first, but if the tiebreaker is point differential, that's how they'd be in first. Does that make sense? Am I being clear here?
Okay, say it again.
The Vikings will hold a share of first place by next week's Write That Down. So right now, they're technically a game back from being in first place because the Packers are up.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that the Packers and the Bears will basically lose. The Vikings will win. And by next week's Write That Down, the Vikings will hold a share of first place.
Yeah, so it's a parlay. You're predicting the Vikings are going to win, the Bears are going to lose, and the Packers are going to lose. Right?
Yeah.
That's the only way it can happen, right?
Yes. But on the record, it's just they will hold a share of first place by next week's Write That Down.
I think that's a home run if that happens. Because you're predicting the outcome of 3 games. Am I, Judd? It's got to be a home run.
Yeah, I guess. And so is that so? First tiebreaker it is head to head, which they can't have yet, Dex. So
Correct.
is the next one point differential?
Yeah,
Okay,
and the
yeah.
Vikings are the only positive team, I believe, with the point differential in the NFC North. I don't think
Interesting. Okay.
both the Packers and Bears are negative in
Home run.
points.
That's
Okay.
yep,
Yeah, that's a home run for sure.
I'm cool with that.
Okay,
I like that.
cool.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Back to me, right?
Write it
All right.
down. You like writing
Don't let me
things
get
down.
hot. Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So the Gophers. All right. I'm going to make a roundabout Gophers prediction here. So Bowling Green beat the Gophers last week. Write this down. So Bowling Green plays the Kent State Golden Flashes this weekend.
Okay.
That's right, the Kent State Golden Flashes. Bowling Green will lose to Kent State by at least 2 touchdowns. So I'll say by at least 12 points. At least 12 points. Okay. That's right. The team that the Gophers got beat by will lose to the Kent State Golden Flashes by 12 points or more. Write it down.
That's a MAC game, right? That's a big MAC game.
That's MACtion. Yeah, that is MACtion. That's the first. I think it's the first MAC game. The 2nd of October, it says. So I guess that would be Saturday. So it's a Saturday MAC.
Oh, come on. If MACtion ain't on a Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, it ain't MACtion.
If it's not on a Tuesday at 7 a.m., I'm not watching.
I don't want it.
Should MACtion. All right, Dylan, your third and final prediction.
Okay, so my third prediction, my last one, is going to be a WWE prediction.
Yes.
My prediction is the Big E and the New Day will be split up again in the upcoming WWE Superstar Draft.
Okay. When are they doing the draft?
Friday and Monday.
Also, they're splitting it between.
Yeah, they just shake up the superstars and put them to Raw and SmackDown. And last time they split up the New Day. Now that they're together again for the last 2 weeks, and now they're gonna split them up again because Vince hates us. So,
boy, if you guys thought the 1984 NBA draft was rigged, I tell you, I got some questions about this upcoming WWE draft. I don't know that it's all on the up and up, Judd.
No way, really? Well,
they should just do an all on the up and up, ping pong draft where the best 7 wrestlers all get drafted to SmackDown to save the Fox contract. Dylan, you made some great predictions here, swinging for the fences. Since you are, graced with this massive Mackey and Judd platform right now, this life-changing moment for you, is there anyone in your life you'd like to thank that brought you here?
Well, yeah, I'll go with the usual, my fiance, for dealing with the Vikings and me because of them. And then I guess my dad for getting me into football at a very young age. He was my football coach in Pee Wee. So just from there, it kind of grew, and here I am, miserable, watching the Vikings.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Love you.
Love you. Thanks for all you helped me.
It's poor Dylan making his predictions here. All right, Dylan, we'll get you on again sometime, man. Great work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, great stuff there from guest listener predictor.
Write this down.
Dylan. All right, one more chip around the room here, Judd.
Tanner Morgan will be benched as the Gophers quarterback this season. Tanner Morgan. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday because I thought it should have been against Bowling Green, but Tanner Morgan will be benched as Gophers quarterback this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Screw the Gophers, man. How do you lose that game?
I know.
How do you lose that game?
And you know what? They're going to come back and beat Purdue and act like the best thing we could have done was lose to Bowling Green. Look at what we've done now. It's going to be like, what are you talking about? Bowling Green.
No.
Rah.
Yeah, that's another brutal Golden Gopher loss.
It's another Bowling Green Falcons first down. All right, Declan, your third and final prediction.
All right, another home run swing by me, but it'll take a little bit to come off the board. On our last Talkin' Twins podcast with Judd and Jake, we did 3 bold predictions for the offseason. So I'm going to borrow mine and use it and write that down. The Twins will sign Robbie Ray this offseason.
Okay.
The Twins will sign Robbie Ray this offseason, who might be the best pitcher on the free agent market. He's having a hell of a year this year with Toronto. He'll be 29 next season. He's going to look to cash in, but I will say the Twins will sign Robbie Ray this offseason.
What do we think? So, would this be like a 20+? I have not looked at. I've watched basically 0 baseball in 3 months. So is he?
So yeah, he leads the league in strikeouts and innings pitched. I'm pretty sure he's having a damn good year. And this was the guy you should have signed to or traded for 2 years ago at the 2019 trade deadline. This would have been the ideal guy to go after. But I will say my logic too for them signing him is either with baseball contracts being weird the last few years, he might take one of those 1 year prove it deals again, and that's where the Twins swoop in. But the Twins will sign Robbie Ray this offseason.
All right.
Might win the Cy Young.
Write that down.
Wow.
Yeah, he's probably going to be a finalist for sure. Yeah.
All right, I'll make a Twins prediction here.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
I'll take a stab. So Joe Ryan is scheduled to start again, right? He's going to start. I think he's supposed to start the last game of this Tigers series.
That's correct.
So write this down. I want to swing for the fences. I'd like a home run here. So the Twins will complete the sweep of the Tigers. So they will win their next 2 games against the Tigers. And Joe Ryan, in a start against the Tigers, will strike out. Wow. Is it? I guess this would be a home run. It's a parlay. I'm saying they're going to win 2 games. And,
it's very specific.
And Joe Ryan will strike out at least 8 batters in his what I would presume will be his final start of the season.
Okay.
So
that's home run.
It doesn't have to be his final start. That's not on the record. But they will win 2 games, and Joe Ryan will strike out. So he has made 4 starts for the Twins. His strikeout totals are 5, 4, 5, and 11. So this would be the second highest strikeout total for him.
Big Joe Ryan.
I just want a home run.
Jason,
my only saving grace.
Chasing KC, 2 games back right now.
Yeah, they can crawl out of the cellar with a hot
world.
finish here.
Bury the Royals.
Write it down. You like
Great.
writing things down.
So, all right, boys, there it is. Those are the write that down predictions and accountability session here. When are you guys going to admit that you were wrong? Every Wednesday, Mackey and Judd, Purple Daily. Check it out. All right, we had a great bonus scoop session yesterday. You guys with Doogie, very intricate details.
Juicy. Downright juicy.
Yes, about the way that Gerson Rosas's tenure ended. And then we'll do another full scoop session tomorrow with all hands on deck with Doogie. So don't miss that, Mackey and Judd. And then yesterday on Purple Daily, Alex Boone was on the main episode, Purple After Dark with Realistic Randy. So check out those daily Vikings conversations on Purple Daily. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Mackey and Judd.